Hi all, how are you going? Welcome with me, Redsky, on another round of righteous readings where I give all righteous, poignant readings, but deliver with a lot of heart and soul, so don't be offended. I hope you're all doing it very, very, very well. So we're doing the love round for the month of April. We're up to the sign of Capricorn. As this is a love reading, Venus placements are highly prevalent, so where Venus lies in your natal chart is the star sign video you and your person / cross watcher should be watching today. If you don't know, don't care to, that's fine. There will still be messages loaded throughout for your sun, moon or rising placements of your natal chart. But if you want the best chance of resonating with the reading today, I strongly suggest going via your Venus placements for you and your person. Now, this is the April monthly love reading for Capricorn. It is for singles and couples. Now what we are doing today is the connection spread, which we have done previously. The one I always do previously is a chopped down version of the original. It's a shortened version to make it a bit more fast paced for the amount of readings I have to do. For this round, however, I'm bringing back the connection spread but in its original state to the original. This is a 7 placement spread, whereas the other one was slightly different. Now, for this round of readings, I've pulled out 2 decks of mine that I've had since the year they came out of publication, but because they were such overly publicised decks, they sat in the box and they haven't been used. I decided to pull them out and use them. So this round of readings, the star sign videos will be done either by the Light Seers Tarot or the Wild Unknown Tarot. For this round, for Capricorn, I've decided to use the Wild Unknown. So, beautiful deck. I can put this like, can't fold it. So, Capricorn, Venus, Sun, Moon, Rising. This will be your reading for you and your person, Cross Watcher and Capricorn. Remember, roles can be reversed, so reverse it, flip it if you need to. I'm not going to play Where's Waldo. To alleviate confusion, I will always refer to Capricorn at the top, Cross Watcher at the bottom. As this is Capricorn's reading, they will always be first and foremost on the top here. But as I said, roles are often reversed or flip-flopped, so please just take the side that resonates and don't take any offense, okay? Capricorn and their person, please. April 2022. Reading for Capricorn and their person on April 2022. Singles and couples. Capricorn and their person. Capricorn first. So Capricorn's person they're connecting with is, what are their placements towards Capricorn? This person that Capricorn's connecting with that April, please. Capricorn, your side's very interesting. I'll explain why in a minute. This person Capricorn's heading for the cross watchers. Point of view, please. So cross watchers, point of view, please. April 2022. Okay. Alright. Now Capricorn, what I want to say to you was interesting. The first 2 cards in this deck, set of pages, knights, queens and kings, it has daughters, sons, mother, father. Anyway, in this deck, the first 2 cards were 2 daughters. 1 wands inverted, 1 swords upright, 2 mages. We had another card. Then we had two twos at the end, two of swords, two of wands, sorry, and the two of cups. Your person's placement's interesting too. Here we have the Father of Pentacles, and next to it, inverted, we have the Mother of Pentacles. We have two majors in the outcome. Synchronicities are just the start I'm hearing, and I'm seeing that is a bit of a theme with this reading. Some sort of synchronicities here. I feel like there's more that very much unseen. Let's go through the placements and the card meanings now for Capricorn. Firstly, this is Capricorn's opinion towards the cross-watcher or their significant other and or person they're connecting with through April. Okay, Capricorn, we start with you. So the first position is you currently coming into April, coming into this reading. Your current energy, we're supporting that Daughter of Wands reversed. Now, Daughter of Wands is a real visionary, very passionate individual. You know, she's free-spirited, you know, visionary creature who's not focused on a family right now, but more focused on career. She can make a very dangerous enemy, and she can be seen as someone that's going through transformation or spiritual breakthrough. But when the Daughter of Wands is reverted, she becomes extremely cutthroat. She becomes extremely vicious. She becomes extremely volatile. The current energy is that of using maybe words as weapons, or being so passionate you come off rude, hot-headed, arrogant, egotistical. It's that mind and action not being necessarily in sync. The passion in the head is not transpiring into the word or action by which it was intended. There is a bit of a misconception here. We look at now the recent past. You had Capricorn with this person that you're connecting with from April. We now have the Daughter of Wands, but in its upright. So the Daughter of Wands stands for someone that's very honest and insightful. The Daughter of Wands is a young woman whose honest and insights take her far in life. Yeah, people truly value her frankness. She is a bit blunt, and she's keen for observation, and she takes it all in. She never stops watching, and sometimes this can become a burden for her. She can't help notice that every small detail, which could have been done better. She's her own biggest critic. But the potential for her to hold to these experiences and become spiteful and judgmental also. The Daughter of Swords is upfront. She's her own worst critic at times. I'm seeing in the recent past with this person, there was a conception of on the outside being perfect and being wisdom-filled and being very good, I guess you could say. But on the inside being quite hypocritical, maybe spiteful, judgmental, having some very harsh qualities within the relationship. How you feel towards the person currently, Capricorn, is that of temperance in reverse. So lacking in balance, frugality, lack of fusion here. I feel like there's lack of patience. There's a lot of concord or offsetting factors that are not meshing well, I feel. You know, you feel towards this person real unbalance and unease, tension. Your intentions, Capricorn, towards this person for April: judgment, to atone, repent, forgive them, forgive yourself, to move forward, to have some sort of solace here, some sort of resolution, but to also own the choices by which you've used, to really own it, I guess you could say, in some, no lack of a better word, I guess. There is a sense of coming to a point of real knowing, you know, conjuring up fear and guilt in many people, but this card, however, concerns itself with another aspect of this word: seeking the truth. No more blaming yourself or others, no more excuses. Now is the time for forgiveness and personal growth and freedom. You know, it's time to rise up and let pettiness and fear fall below you now, and expand your wings and be reborn. I'm feeling like that's what you really want here. You want rebirth. You want movement. A good forwardly direction. Speaking of moving forward, what does Capricorn see with this connection? The Six of Swords reverse. A deceit being realised, an imposter being revealed, secrecy, self-interest, someone that was masking. Moving forward, Capricorn sees a lot of deception perhaps here, or someone being realised before full deception is done. There's secrecy in the air, and I feel like it's about to be unravelled, revealed, uncloaked, and the truth of the matter is going to be made open. The next card, Capricorn, reflects the unseen other factors that you may not be seeing at the moment, and that's the Two of Wands. With the Two of Wands, it's clear you're on your way to success in some ways. You're focusing on a goal and have boldly pointed all efforts in that direction. Since the Two of Wands deals heavily with the mind, take this time to believe, aware of thought patterns, and specifically towards yourself at this time. What is the quality and tone of your thought, mostly positive or negative, and how well do you treat yourself on the journey to your highest dreams? Bit of decision here. Two different paths, two different ways of looking at things, and with the fact we've got two twos here as the unseen factors and the outcome. I'm seeing Capricorn, you may come back with this person. You may have this fork in the road. These unforeseen circumstances where a choice needs to be made, and you may decide to man up, so to speak, because the outcome you foresee with this connection is the Two of Cups, and that is all about love, connection, and romance. It is the contractual, agreement. This is new love coming into connection, into alignment, two entering in, out as one. It's an agreement, it's a contract, it's an honest, pure, solid connection which you're opening your heart and hand to. And I do feel this is a direct reflection of that Two of Wands, Capricorn. This unforeseen current of this Two of Wands, this opportunity and decision leads to your Two of Cups with this person. Very, very interesting. Let's look at your person now. So cross-watcher, it's now your turn. Let's look at your placements. So coming into April, cross-watcher. Person connecting with Capricorn is the Three of Wands. So coming into April, supporting this Three of Wands, which is really talking about you're waiting for a hope, waiting for this ship to come in. The Three of Wands indicates you've had continued support, maybe from others, parents, friends. There's a sense of self in your values and morals. Now it's time to rely on yourself for guidance, to clarify your goals, to put needs and opinions aside. The future is infinite, and it's time to see that, and it is yours. No one else can see you through its layers of light and shadow, and it's time to stand up for yourself and get off your own back, so to speak. And I feel like this person, cross-watcher, is really focusing on that right now. Really standing on leaning with one's back and standing off one's foot. This person feels with the recent past between them and you, Capricorn, was the Five of Pentacles. Sadness, worry, illness. The recent past, they really do feel that this was a card or a time of hard times, and it may come in the form of illness, job loss, financial trouble, rejection. Above all, there will be worry, so much worry, anxiety, counterproductivity, and damaging. It's a difficult time where you feel destitute, lost, alone, pushed out in the cold, withered. In the recent past, I feel that this person really felt, Capricorn, that you did a bit of a number on them. You may have left them destitute or not knowing the proper position of where they stood in a relationship, which led them to more pain than what they needed to enjoy perhaps. The next position is how this person feels towards you, Capricorn, how the cross-watcher feels. The moon, Pisces, major arcana. Having a lot of fears. You know, the moon encompasses the idea of the wild unknown. It is the shadow realm, the place where dreams, fears and mysteries are born. Much darkness can linger here as well. And this can lead to periods of anxiety, self-doubt, and above most of all, lost in the house of mirrors and within one's mind. You know, the imagination and creativity runs wild. And what lurks in the shadows can sometimes be the things that we fear the most. Yeah, when day dawns, we realise they are the most insignificant things that needn't harm or scare us. Your next position, cross-watcher, is your intentions towards Capricorn for the month of April. The Father of Pentacles. You know, the Father of Pentacles is a steady, gentle man. You know, upon first meeting, he can almost seem a little dull because of his extreme calm temperament. But underneath is an incredibly passionate man who prioritizes the stability of his job, his home, and his family. He is enterprising and diligent at work, a true pleasure to know. He's very grounded, he has a lot of wealth, he can obtain wealth, and he's very, very noble. The next placement, which I found very interesting moving forward, is the Queen of Pentacles, but upside down. King and Queen of the same suit. So moving forward though, the Mother of Pentacles is that the domesticator, the loving parent, who's very patient, dotes on the home, dotes on the children, and puts her needs aside. But when she's inverted, she's one that doesn't do this. She's not the homemaker. She neglects her responsibilities. She'd rather do things for herself very selfishly rather than go out and put her children's priorities perhaps first. She's not very attached to her children, more attached to her own vision. It's more about image rather than action, I'm hearing. It's more image than action. Let's move on to the next placement now. The unseen other factors on the cross-watcher side. We have the Hanged Man inverted. We are too attached to things here. The unseen factors that we are too attached to this, that we're not seeing things properly, that we're not putting up the sacrifice that's needed here. If we don't see things from the right perspective, how do we know what we're meant to use sacrifice or where sacrifice is needed? There's a lack of opening eyes, standing still to see, lack of perception and perceptive energies. There's just a lack of letting go and sacrificing here. And this needs to happen to be able to grow, build, or have an opportunity again, or to refine this. The outcome on the cross-watcher side is that of the Magician. The outcome they foresee though here moving forward is, boundless expansive energy, having all the ingredients, all the elements here to use in their disposal, having action, action, action. And once they use these abilities with speed, grace, and master them, that they will be the championized person for you. I feel like they've got everything within reach. They just need to fuse it. First they need to know where the sacrifice needs to be put, where's the best investment to do these actions, would be worthy to go through, to go forth with. And there's a chance of a result here. Just to refresh it. Now, I forgot to mention at the beginning, I've got 2 oracle decks that I've been picking out for each of the star signs and cross watches for this round. The two decks I picked was Spirit Animals and the Rolling Cards. Now, for Capricorn, I feel very, very, very inclined. Okay, we got the Unicorn to pull a Spirit Animal for you, and also for you personally. Okay, see what I mean? Okay. The Unicorn doesn't come out that often, Capricorn, so you're very lucky. And it reads, indulge your creative, imaginative and magical side through some form of artistic expression. Whatever the artistic vehicle through which you express your most creative self, whether it's drawing, poetry, painting, music, acting, or any other form of creative expression, make it a priority in your life by devoting some time, energy, and perhaps even money towards this artistic pursuit. Let the longing of your heart determine what the form of your imaginative expression is, but let it be one that leads passion and purpose. Allow it to evolve as needed without exceeding to any internal perfectionisms about the end product. The process itself is where the magic is. Let that alone be the satisfaction and delight, and you'll be pleased with the result. Whether this avocation continues as a hobby or turns into something you receive compensation for, never do it solely for the money. There's no need to act out the starving artist scenario. But when you make monetary rewards your primary goal, you risk stifling the creative pulse that emanates from the core of who you are, potentially compromising the integrity of your artistic gift to the world. Should you ever be uncertain about following your passion with this kind of expression, take some time to observe children. Notice how innocently and imaginatively they play in the world, particularly when unhindered by social restrictions and artificial barriers and boundaries. This is a reflection of the magical child who's inside you, begging to explore and be expressed, so have fun. The associations with this card, Capricorn, is magic, mysticism, virtue, honesty, purity, chastity, inspiration, protection, restoration, manifestation, power, gentleness, humanity, healing, unity, and virginity. Crosswatcher, let's look at your card now. You've got the Gorilla. Take the time to listen compassionately to those you love, especially your family members. It's a person connecting with Capricorn, Crosswatcher. The bond between family members can gradually decay and become stifled unless it's continually nourished with loving attention. And one of the simplest yet most elegant ways of showing that attention is to listen compassionately to those you care about the most. Otherwise, you risk taking them for granted, assuming that they'll always be there and that they'll know that you love them. Take time to have a conversation, starting with relatively superficial topics, then move into more in-depth personal themes, adding your own tidbits, but primarily focusing on what the other person has to say. Show your spouse, partner, children, parents, or elders you loved by listening and really hearing what they have to say about how they feel and what they think. This not only generates a deep, more lasting affection between you and the other person, but far exceeds guiltily saying "I love you" with no real feeling behind it. People are constantly changing and evolving, adding new experiences and insights. Who someone is today, while built on a foundational of core self, changes and is continuously elaborating on that core self. Find the newness and freshness in those you love, which includes both your biological and marital families, as well as your close friends whom you informally adopt as family. The associations with the Gorilla are intelligence, peacefulness, family, strength, nobility, generosity, gentleness, calmness, vegetarianism, loyalty, patience, dexterity, steadiness, scrutiny, and conservation. The Unicorn and the Gorilla. Thank you, Capricorn and Crosswatcher, for joining me on another round. here with me, Risky, on Righteous Readings. I greatly appreciate your time. Please feel free to leave a like if you so choose to. Subscribe to the channel if you're not done so, as we are running a very special competition during April for the channel. So make sure you stay tuned. Until then, light and love to all. I can't wait to see you till the next round, and till then, be nice to yourselves, but most of all,